it called? It was super near Aruba, but what was it called? Curacao. They're incredibly close, but whatever. They're islands. Iguanas are just... They're freaking little dragons, man.
Right.
They
Well, I'm gonna
are.
reset my connection. It's getting in and out.
Too.
And they're really pretty at times. They can be super ugly, but they can be pretty.
We have botanical gardens that grow them.
That's cool.
Like grow the lizards.
Cool.
Right.
So I was last told that I appeared across the street from
the tavern. Right.
the tavern.
So, Dean, can you briefly describe your character for everyone else?
So, Forneus is a fallen Azamar. He's a paladin, and he currently has chainmail. He wears a black, kind of a cape/cloak over the back of his armor that currently has the emblem of a pointed snowflake. He has a great sword that also has a silver snowflake kind of engraved into the blade just above the hilt. And he carries a whip at his side.
Interesting. Right, so the last thing that... So I'm going to give you your reason for being here in a second. But we're going to let Char describe her character to you and Phoebe.
Wasn't I last just a giant spider?
Yeah, that's what you were last, a giant spider.
Right in town?
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
That's awesome, okay. How big is this giant spider? Because I'm pretty small.
About the size of a medium, like a dog, like a large dog.
Alright, so...
Was it bigger than that? What's the classification?
So it comes up to, like, my chest.
I'm gonna pull up the character sheet and see what it says.
Is it a giant spider?
If it is a large spider, it appears to me as a giant spider.
Yeah, it's a giant wolf spider.
Alright,
Medium.
Yeah.
Yeah, it counts as a medium creature, so like humanoid.
Yep, humanoid-sized spider. It's pretty freaking big spider.
Okay, come on, stop being a butthole. There we go. Okay. Bark.
So this
Go get 'em.
young girl in what is clearly a very thin nightgown, if you can call it even that. More of piece of lingerie, really. Her dress is gossamer, and she is bent over, hauling as hard as she can on a chest. Yet she remains decent because of her ankle length fire red hair that is plastered as though soaking wet to her body. And she's dragging this chest from across the street as a cart or carriage trails off away. And she looks up and sees the spider, and she just freezes.
Yeah, and the spider's accompanied with Jade.
Yeah, you've got a cat and a spider.
Mm-hmm. Jade, that was your cue, right? You should have segued
Wait.
right in.
Hey, sorry, I just got right back in. I just reset my connection.
Can I get the race of the paladin again, please?
Azamar,
That is like
a fallen
a
angel.
descendant of a god or something. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm all for that. That's
Kind of
awesome.
like the reverse of a tiefling.
Right, and they're
Right, but tieflings are cooler.
like tieflings, though their alignment is not always sure. You're not always.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're not always good.
Perhaps people always have an opinion of what that person's alignment is, but it might not be what it is.
People always have an opinion of people anyway.
Exactly. Yeah.
So Dean, is it obvious that you're an Azamar, or do you look human to most people?
So the way that the Azamar look, I mean, you're fairly humanoid. Most Azamar are birthed by human parents. So I mean, he's human. His skin tone is probably closer to that of a drow. Kind of kind of a dark bluish gray color.
He looks like a drow. Is that what you just said?
Skin
Right,
tone.
kind of. Yeah, skin tone wise, I mean,
Okay,
he's got
fair enough. He's
human ears, human facial features.
Is
you
he
know,
rocking white hair?
human body? No, he has
Okay.
black hair.
Okay.
If let's see here, I can link this in the chat. But yeah, so
Somehow
he's
I
basically
covered
kind of a bluish gray skin tone, with black kind of shoulder length hair. And other than that, I mean, he looks human as far as features and body
this is
type, and
Azamar, right?
yes.
Okay.
Looks like a drow.
Looks like a duck, acts like a duck, but it's not a duck.
So that is
Actually-
basically.
So is he wearing like full chainmail like normal paladins, or?
Yes.
Oh, dang, nicknames are going to be hard for you because I'm down to 2.
So, Dean, your
Yes.
reason here was you're a self-proclaimed monster hunter, right? Did I remember that right?
Oh God. That's okay.
More, not really, like necessarily a monster hunter. More or less, without going too deep into the backstory, his previous god, because of his tenants, he had to spare someone who turned around and ended up brutally murdering his family and a whole bunch of other people. So, because he followed the tenets of good and didn't dispense justice to this particular person, to this monster, innocent people later died. So he essentially renounced his god and those tenets, and was manipulated by an evil god to, hey, if you have to be a monster to kill a monster. So he has kind of adopted this. He's doing things for good. He does it to protect innocent people, to prevent innocent people from having to live in this world.
Right.
But he goes about it by being the monster no one else wants to be.
Right. So do you know? So did you decide what the monster was that changed your whole thing? Because it'd be very interesting if it was a werewolf.
Well, the monster within, not like an actual,
No,
like a.
But
It was a band of pirates that like killed his family.
Oh, okay. But yeah, they weren't monsters. They were just monsters. Okay. Yeah. Because I was trying to, throw one of these hooks your way. Are you part of any of the main factions? Like Harper's or the Emerald's Enclaves? Or
Probably,
or the
he
Gauntlet?
probably would have been with the Order of the Gauntlet. Although, having renounced his god and taken on a god of evil, I don't know if he still is a full-fledged member or just kind of that guy no one talks about anymore.
It's like the Zentaran.
Yeah, I mean, he could go that route.
Yeah.
He, when he left or abandoned his tenets, he left the Order of the Gauntlet and took up with the Zentarum.
Right, so, I mean, your reason for being here is kind of unknown to you because you were just riding from, or, traveling from one town to the next, and the town you were anticipating going to never showed up. You were traveling through the fog and the mist, and all of a sudden you come out in this clearing, and there's the village in front of you. So, the mist came, selected you, and pulled you to Bavaria. Like, you see the town in the distance. As you ride up, you notice everyone kind of looks similar, besides these, like, a cat and a spider, and then some skinny, frail-looking kid in a silk dress, like, tugging on a cart. And you all kind of, like, converge in the middle of town, because everyone else in the town, like, is just looking at you and, like, giving you the side eye, and then, like, walking away. So even if you do approach people, most people will just ignore you and turn and leave.
I'd like to point out that Apollo is not ignored at all. Pretty much anytime she is in public, she is looked at by just about everyone.
Yeah, she can think that.
It's actually part of her sticking out because she is a noble, and it is clear.
You're a noble where you're from, right?
Right.
Yeah,
But she
I don't recognize you.
it's pretty clear to those that know of the high class that she is high class.
Yeah.
And she doesn't hesitate to tell you.
If
Well.
anyone would stand to listen, you could.
Just clarifying, are we on cam or not?
I am. You can choose to be or not.
I don't see anybody. Where am I looking?
Yeah.
Yeah, what am I supposed to be doing to be on it?
Because all I see are portraits at the bottom.
Alright, so go to the gear to the top right, where it says My Settings.
Where? In Discord or Roll20?
Roll20.
Okay.
About halfway down, where it says Video and Voice,
Right.
there's two different
Right, I've
options.
got it.
It's
Set to
enabled.
receive video only.
Same as me, and I'm not seeing anything.
Refresh.
Okay,
So
so
either-
reconnect and it should have worked.
Okay, so it might not work on mine because I'm on my tablet again because I am a dumbass that leaves my laptop at work.
See, I can't take my laptop to work. They'd, like, look at me like, what are you doing with that thing?
Well,
There we go.
grad student,
nice.
I kind of have to.
True.
So,
Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna dick with my phone. No, I can't get Roll20 on my phone, so maybe next game I can get a camera.
Maybe. No rush.
I mean, it won't because I'm on the whatchamacallit now
You're-
on tablet.
Yeah.
So the mobile version of R20, and it doesn't work on a mobile R20.
That's brilliant
No,
because
you
the
get-
mobile version doesn't work on my phone, even though it's half the size of the tablet.
Well, because I have a free account, so you can't use it unless you have a paid account. You can't use a mobile version.
I see. I'll likely. Wait, you can pay for a version that'll work on an Android phone as opposed to.
That'll
tablet?
work on a tablet at least.
Okay. Does anyone know if you can mod your phone to pretend it's a tablet? Because the
I don't
screen's
know.
usually big enough.
I don't know.
I don't know if it'll do whatever. I just know it will let me do dungeons and everything except for, like, I can't hear the music and I can't figure out how to put on
That's
video.
super disappointing.
I know the music would be super creepy.
It
yeah,
will be.
yeah.
As a point of fact, it will be.
Oh, yeah.
So Apollo
Oh, yeah,
sees
she
the
missed out on
spider.
music last session.
Whoa, somebody's voice is echoing. Jade. You've got Discord going and Roll20.
Oh, I'm only receiving voice, so.
Yeah, just receive voice in.
Video only.
Yeah.
Alright, am I good now?
Yeah, I didn't have a problem
Well, I
with that before.
fix that for myself at all times if I only accept video.
Broadcast to others, video only. And receive from others, video only. Alright.
So Apollo freezes for half a second, and she immediately tells the spider that it is a good idea to worship goddesses and to get to it. And she's going to cast suggestion on the spider.
The fuck?
It's a giant fucking spider in town. What are you going to do? I'm sorry.
It's a giant fucking spider. You're supposed to be like, huh, that's a giant fucking spider. Weird, run away.
No, but see, you're an elf.
That is not in character.
So you're an elf, you have advantage.
Yeah, okay.
So DC 14.
Wisdom.
Yes.
Okay. Let me go pull up
Sorry,
my.
it's not going to become a habit, but it's a giant
Alright, so
spider.
so right now, Apollo is trying to, I guess, charm the spider.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Alright.
why would you
And the
catch?
spider's trying to pull up its character sheet.
But why would you cast Charm Person on a spider? Because if it's a spider, you couldn't charm it with Charm Person because it's not a humanoid.
This is true.
Yeah.
She is used to getting. She doesn't actually cast spells so much as state truth that if it were to be a lie, her magic does its best to bend the verse to match what she says. So whether or not it's going to happen, she's going to tell things what to do and expect it to happen. And I'll tell you when I
Okay.
cast a spell.
Yeah. So even if she tries to use charm person on the creature, it's not going to find out work.
It doesn't have to work, but she's going to do it and expect it to work.
Okay,
So,
well,
You have advantage because you're an elf.
All right, so it
yes, advantage.
completely
Roll
fails,
again.
and that's perfectly alright. She's going to.
Ha! I had advantage, so I got an 18.
Well,
You only have
You actually
have
had
to
a
roll
25.
once. You got
Yeah,
to
the first time was 25. You're not 20 on the save.
like you're good. You're fine.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. I don't understand R20 when it comes to their rolling things. All I know is that I always fail. So,
That was last week. We're gonna try.
That was last week.
We're gonna try a new. You know, I talked to my people over there at Roll20 and told them to fix their random number generator, and so you should be good.
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, last week I was going crazy with the rolls.
Did
Yes.
you hear not what I said, Beast? Submit.
Yeah, fuck that shit. I'm walking away.
She's like 14 and literally 76 pounds soaking wet.
I just stare curiously, like, huh?
Now,
Yeah, just like kick the cat
okay,
to
so
get its attention and walk away.
so Forneus is coming
Hey.
into the city, seeing this.
I mean, it's like the only thing really going on in town because everyone else, like when they see like new people, they just kind of write them off because they know that like, oh, these people are probably going to die in a couple days.
They've come to expect it.
Yeah, it's
Right.
not uncommon for new people.
It's part for the course.
Yeah, new people come in all the time and die.
Has Apollo ever heard of Barovia? She's been traveling for quite a while.
Maybe. You could do a history.
I'd love
Yeah.
to.
You're not of the material plane, so maybe.
She's no. What am I doing? Going to core. So this is a history check. Intelligence. Or 11, I guess.
No. I mean,
That's cool. She's been many places, but it's a private demi-plane, so it's whatever.
it is exactly. It's a private
Mhm.
plane. Right. So yeah, what do you guys? So you guys see each other. You're like the only ones like that stand out.
Seeing the spiders not heeding her words, two razor-sharp fangs slowly descend and extend from her top and bottom incisors. Her
Huh?
eyes
Wait, what?
her eyes narrow to slits, and her
So she's a vampire.
she is not, but that's
Right,
not
right.
necessarily clear.
Looks like a vampire.
I'm like, oh, crazy
and
lady, I'm
smiles
walking away.
like a vampire. It must be a vampire.
She's likely the most beautiful girl you've seen in your life.
Vampire.
Yeah.
Vampire.
We've got some Twilight level shit going on.
Yeah, all sparkly and everything.
All right. Well, at this,
No,
Phineas,
but she
Phineas
could
will definitely draw his greatsword, seeing that some of these people are being plagued by a giant spider, and some of them are being plagued by a miniature vampire. This place is definitely in need of him.
All right, DM, how long would you say I've been in my beast shape?
What was it, like 15 minutes?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only 15
All
minutes.
right.
So-
I didn't know if we were like skipping time or whatever.
No,
Okay.
you guys came out of the house. You had your little conversation with the dude on the horse that flew away.
Who
And
called
then-
himself Strahd.
Mhm.
was it Dean with the sword that just took a stance or whatever?
They just brandish his sword.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So Apollo, the little girl's going to calmly look around, shrug as if it's something that has to be done, and begin speaking in Sylvan. She states that everybody will calm down and nothing will go wrong. And she attempts to cast mass suggestion, but it fails.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Like everything's already. Oh, I don't understand what you said. So I'm like, huh? What are you saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Giant spiders just like getting pissed and bangy fangs.
Are you like, are your pedipalps up there and like swinging and your mandibles?
Oh my
are, like,
god. Yeah, just fangy fangs, just like
You see like venom dripping from its mouth. Yeah. So this guy comes like wandering out of a building nearby, and he's rather decent looking. He's got like long blonde hair, skinny, and he like stumbles out and he like yells back inside into the tavern, and he's like, "I am not the lesser. I am a real man. I will show it to you." And he like stumbles out and like bumps into Apollo into an Apollo, and she's like,
Allah.
Apollo, and she's like, "Oh, pardon me, I'm sorry." And he continues to like wander down the road.
The instant that he says sorry, Apollo smirks, and the smirk doesn't leave her face. Her top fangs poke out just a little bit above her bottom lip.
Hey, why do you have fangs? Are you a creature?
He
Are-
he like
Are you not a creature as well?
he like looks at you funny, and he like pulls out this like like a flask and like splashes water on your leg, and then it doesn't do anything. He's like, okay. He like recorks it.
She looks down at the water that was splashed on her. Whatever hit her dress completely bounces off of it like it beads and dries. And she's no more wet than she was before she got splashed. Why did you do that?
He said, I had to check to make sure you weren't one of his minions.
I serve no one but my mother and grandmother.
Says, you can never tell who's a follower of Strahd. He's everywhere here, and he like looks off to the side, and you see these like 2 or 3 people like inside the bars. The doors are like opening because somebody else walked out, and you see like a couple people sitting in there like looking over here, and you can see light reflecting from their eyes. So. But yeah, and he's like, he like stops and sees the 4.
Apollo's gonna cast Detect Magic. And she's just going to state, I know magic, and in Sylvan. And she casts Detect Magic.
Yeah, see, you don't see any within 30 feet.
Alright.
And he's he like looks around and he's like, "Well, aren't?" And he like looks at the spider and he's like, and the cat, and he's like, and then the human is like, "Do those belong with you?" He like steps over towards like behind Femis is like,
I don't belong to him. I'm a free cat.
I'm sorry, sir, but it's
Slaves are abhorrent, and the very notion disgusts me.
yes. That's why we've just not very often we see one of your kind or a pet spider.
Yeah, the spider just keeps hissing.
Are these creatures
It's not
bothering
actually a
your
spider.
good town?
I was like, oh, it's not these creatures that are the problems.
Okay, come on, stop saying. Sorry, I'm fiddling with R20 and it's arguing with me. Just
It's okay.
ignore that.
Understandable. How long does this take?
Yeah, so he like stands and he's like, oh, I see that you are you're new to this area.
Yeah, we kind of
Where
brought here
exactly
against our will.
is this area?
Oh, he's like, oh, you are in Bavaria.
Bavaria, okay.
Barovia.
Barovia.
Barovia, definitely.
Sorry,
Bavaria. Bavaria is
a-
actually
a
a region
real
in
country,
Europe.
yeah.
We just moved to a whole new universe.
So as the spider is hissing, Apollo is going to mutter along each time the spider makes any noise, and after 6 seconds, she begins to understand what the spider says.
Oh, cool.
Mm.
You don't want me to tell you what the spider's been saying.
Apollo wants to know everything. She deserves to, you see.
So he's like, he like looks around and like the storms, the clouds start to get a little bit darker, and he's like, oh, looks like it's going to rain. And he's like, do you want to come inside? I can get you a drink from your travels and maybe share
absolutely.
a story.
Yeah,
Or turn down a good drink.
You're offering me gifts?
Yes.
Very well then.
Yeah, so he invites, so there's only like the bartender, 3 other people, and him. Like, and then you guys that come in, and so, the bartender, he's, down, has his head down, and he's like going through some of his shelves, and he hears the door open and close, and as he goes to stand up, he hits his head on the back of his head on the shelf, and he's like, oh god damn it. Like, pulls his head out and looks, and he's like, oh, it's just you. You're talking to his friend, your companion, and he's like, oh, how rude of me. My name is Ismark.
Ismark.
Yes.
My name is Jade.
It's a pleasure to meet you, and he like flourishes a bow. He's like, come, let's sit. He like, there's empty tables all over the place, and he just like reaches over the bar and like grabs a bottle of wine and some glasses and a bowl, I guess, and some water. And then he's like, I don't know what to get for your pet. I might be able to get a rat.
Apollo,
I'm a bit offended. I'll just take the wine.
No, not you. The spider.
Hey, Drew,
Alright,
you want to come out of that
fine.
form?
so the petite
She kicks him again and then drops the shape.
Oh, well, the little girl was already in the process of offering the spider, as it has clearly not attacked anyone and is definitely under her thrall. And she offers it a live flying squirrel.
Yeah, no, I drop down and then just look at her. So all of a sudden, the giant spider becomes a humanoid figure of average size with a long cloak that goes to the floor and a hood over their face so that you can't really tell what they are.
Giant spider becomes woman. Was it a woman or a man? I didn't catch that.
Woman.
Giant spider becomes woman when offered flying squirrel.
Alright.
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah.
I
So
will give that to you.
Wesley says this as she's biting her bottom lip gently and scribbling furiously in a diary, but she's just muttering to herself in Sylvan.
Oh, so we don't understand what you're saying.
She tends to slip in and out of common Sylvan and Elven, with no sense or order. When she's not talking directly to someone to be understood, she's just muttering to herself and doesn't seem to care what language it is in.
Oh, at least I understand 2 of your languages.
yeah, this is like. So you notice that he does look Bavarian like the rest of the people here, but he's not dour like the other ones. That he's actually like. You see some color come back to his face, and
Oh.
he's like, I have to admit, my intentions to bringing you here were not completely one-sided.
Oh, you
course
wanted to
not.
do something.
Oh yes, I would like doing something, but I can't do it by myself. And he looks around. My sister Irina, she's in grave danger here, and I just want to escort her to the next town over.
So he wants to do that. In return, we'll get some drinks.
He's like, well, yeah, I mean,
What is she in danger from?
from Strahd.
Oh, yeah.
In order for me to accompany the girl, you will pay penance by planting a flower tonight, or I will not help.
He just like looks at you and is like, sure. And he's like,
It
yes.
is in accord.
It's like Strahd hunts her. Really.
And Apollo scribbles furiously again. Sorry.
I know that it's not safe to move her, but being that he knows where she is, it's only a matter of time.
How long has he been hunting her?
Since he knew of her existence.
How long was that?
Why is he hunting her?
I don't. It's a good question. I don't know. He's a crazy, evil demon.
Evil, you say?
Demon?
Yes, I have no other way to describe what he is.
Would it not be easier
Oh
than
my
just to
eyes.
kill the
We're in the
demon?
middle of vampire country, and they're asking evil. So yeah, just rolling my eyes.
He's the king of this land. I don't think just killing him would be easy.
Perhaps he will kill himself.
He's lived here for hundreds of years. I see no reason for him to want to do that.
Why?
Hundreds only?
And how did
Okay.
a demon become your king?
He brought his armies in, conquered this land was his, and he built his castle, and he's been here ever since.
Hey, Josh, quickly. Last session, did we learn that he was a vampire, or is that just some figure?
Well, no, just some creepy guy riding a flying horse.
Okay.
I've heard of this man.
Yeah.
He has been around for hundreds, if not thousands of years.
Yeah, we ran into him not too long ago. He was here for a reason. I don't know what.
So is he a man or is he a demon?
Oh, he looked like a humanoid. He was a humanoid figure on a
He's
black
not
horse.
immortal.
The horse flew. He said he
Flying horse.
brought us here for his entertainment.
He
I don't
was
know what
riding
we're
a
supposed to do.
nightmare.
Oh,
What
are
do
you a
think
bardic
he is?
troupe?
No, not me.
kind of entertainment would you provide?
I can
I
provide
have
all
no
forms
idea.
of entertainment. What would you like? She says this in a very melodic voice. The musical tones sound like she's laughing as she speaks with an ever-wavering pitch. And she just looks at you.
So he's
You
like,
can
he said yes.
Cough out guard. Cough guard.
So he says, yes, Strahd. He is in fact a vampire.
Vampire?
Vampire,
Told you so.
demon, devil. He's cursed this whole land. Yes, and then he's after my sister because he believes it to be the soul of his lost bride.
How accurate is
So he's hunting her romantically.
Yes.
I mean, he
Oh,
might be
that's
a creeper. I don't see how that makes him evil.
Exactly. How accurate is his belief in her being his lost bride?
I don't ask him.
Perhaps you should. You'd be
Fair enough.
surprised what you can get by simply asking with a smile.
He lives on the castle on the hill. You're more than welcome to go and ask.
Perhaps I shall.
So we may never see you again.
Yes.
Yeah, we kind of had a bit of trouble in his horror house.
He has a whorehouse?
A horror
He does
house.
have a whorehouse.
Yeah,
How's
horror,
the
not
attendant?
horror.
Yeah, whore with children in it.
Oh, he's like, yes, that is. Unfortunately, every time we try to remove that house, it just builds itself back. It's rather
With children.
odd. Yes, the children are but an illusion.
Have you
Ah,
not
but they were
wondered-
so fun to play with.
Yes,
Yeah, they creep me out.
yes. The house uses children to lure people inside.
So what is child slavery or whatever?
No, the children are illusions. They're not real.
Oh,
But yes,
still very scary. Still very scary.
Yes, we've tried burning the house down. We've tried.
Have you tried consecrating the land?
No. Do I look like a priest?
Where's the nearest temple with
There-
a priest, presumably?
There's a church just right on the outside of town. So he's like, yes. I mean, it is some distance of a travel to where I want to take my sister, but I feel that it would be the only, like, she'll be safer there because he won't know exactly where she's at.
Have these lands bandits, beasts, or other maladies on journeys generally?
Yes.
My question then becomes, if he has eyes everywhere, how do you know he's not just going to find her as soon as we move her?
Well, she'd be safe for a spell, at least.
Perhaps.
Wouldn't it be nice for you to have, if you were haunted constantly, to have at least 1 or 2 days of respite?
How far is it to this place that we are taking her?
Oh, I have to look for it on the map.
I mean,
Would
if she's
you
the
be-
king of this land and we're taking her out of town, would taking her on the road for an extended period of time not be more dangerous?
Yes, it's risky, but, sometimes the risk is worth it.
What if we simply plane shift her away?
He's like, I don't know of anyone that has those powers.
I can.
You can plane shift?
Who has plane shift at this early of a level? What
Absolutely.
level is plane shift?
Absolutely not. It's like a level 7 spell, at least.
Yeah, there is absolutely
there's absolutely no way. But
She thinks she does.
She says so. She thinks she does, and she is not lying. At least she believes she is telling the absolute truth.
She believes she can do it, huh?
She wholeheartedly and without restraint.
Think I can.
She is not exactly. I think it's. She can't say something unless she knows it is true for a fact.
Yeah, so she thinks it's true.
Okay, well,
I'm going to call
Drew
bullshit
just
on that.
eyes her up and down and mutters.
You're
to
welcome to roll a insight check if you'd like.
Oh yeah, my cat's like,
I'm not
Plane
gonna
shift? I've never
bother
heard that.
rolling
What the hell is plane
anything
shift?
against it, but you can roll an insight check.
you don't seem me special.
Yeah, Drew's just gonna look her up and down
Yeah.
and like.
Listen, she's a 4-foot little thing of a girl. She
Yeah.
and you can't exactly judge her age exactly. She's short, but she's perfectly
She looks very
developed. She looks between 14 and 19, but you are unable to discern more than that of her age.
Yeah, so I mean, with a 20, that she believes entirely what she's telling you.
Yeah. I'm like, she may believe it, but I still think it's bullshit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna mutter under my breath.
I don't think
"No,
a little
I might
girl
not
like
be
that
the only crazy in
can
this
punch
group
it."
anymore.
I don't know, you're still pretty crazy. It's like, he said it'd take a couple days to get there, but...
Who is going where? Strahd's coming to get Irina in a couple days?
No, he's always... Who knows what Strahd's doing? But no...
What has stopped him from getting her so far? I mean, you said he's been pursuing her for quite a while now.
Well, ever since we learned about her.
He can't enter the house without permission.
So right now she's in a place where he can't enter, and our plan is to remove her from that place.
This sounds like
and take her somewhere else.
Ridiculously bad idea.
It's only a matter of time until him or one of his minions coerce somebody to opening the door and letting him in.
So I simply will tell the townsfolk to leave the door alone, and
so basically, both ways are. She stays here. She's most likely been captured. She goes away with us. She's still probably gonna end up captured.
Can I insight check the dude to see if he's telling us the truth?
Sure.
Alright, where is my insight? Oh hey, they're handily in alphabetical order.
Yeah, I mean, he believes that moving his sister while risky, is better than leaving her where she's at.
Why do you believe that your domicile is in danger of being broken into?
Have you seen it?
No, in fact. I just got in town moments ago.
He's like, I could show it to you if you want.
Do so.
Sure, but before we all leave, I basically down the rest of my drink.
Yeah, he...
Oh, Apollo has been drinking, and if she is able to get another one, she'll take another one, and she's probably had 3 beers, but she's been drinking them like water, and they have been affecting her as water.
Magical resistance, okay.
Yeah, so... yeah, he, like, takes you out, and he's, like, walks south, he's like, oh, it's this way, and he points south down the street, so I'll ping for you. So you guys were in this building, which, on the sign of it said, Blood on the Wine, or Blood on the Vine, was the name of the little tavern.
His name was like Isaac or something.
It's Mark.
Apollo refers to him as Isaac, regardless. Isaac, how far is it from here? I would like to finish my drink first.
From here to where?
your home?
250 feet. It's in the town. It's just at the end of the road.
Alright, so have we tried to get out of the town yet?
No.
Okay, so we don't know if we can even get out of the town because magical mist is evil.
Are you saying this in character or out of character?
Half and half?
Apollo will speak up and say, in a very roundabout and almost a riddle, but a little more clear than a riddle, say that she came into town from, while following the road from a camp.
Alright,
So they're... Mhm. Go ahead.
Well, I was on my way to investigate another town, and all I know is I was heading the right direction, and the town didn't appear. I ended up here. And I don't trust the magic fog. So, I'm not entirely sure we can get out of this town.
You saw the
Especially
fog
with
as well,
someone on a
child.
nightmare telling us that we are his new playthings.
Yeah, I think Strahd might have trapped us here. If these people are cursed here, we might be cursed as well.
This land is indeed cursed. Child, did you say that you saw strange fog before coming to these lands?
Yeah, we.
And I'd like to be clear that this, like, little girl is calling you child.
Yeah, no, I'm about ready to flicker on the nose, but Drew resists the temptation to smack her upside the head.
And she has yet to use any form of manners. She's polite, but only just because she strictly does not use manners. But she's not overtly rude, she's just not polite. Like...
Right. Yeah, what interesting. So as you guys approach this building at the end of the road, you know, it's a weary-looking mansion. That it's sitting behind like a rust iron fence. The iron gates are all like twisted and torn and rusted. The right side of the gate is broken and laying on the ground, and the left side is just like swinging in the wind. There's weeds. This place is sorely unkept.
How far away are we from the building so far?
However far you want to be.
Apollo would be cool with being up close at the door.
Yeah, so you know, there's
But,
weeds
I mean,
choking.
yeah.
There's weeds choking the grounds and presses the area. Yet against the walls, the growth has been tampered down to create a path, like all around it. It's easy to see that there's heavy claw marks, have like torn at the walls and at the doors.
Oh wow!
There's great black marks of fire along the trees, and along some of the parts of the building is burnt. So there's not like a pane or shard of glass in any of the windows. All the windows are boarded with planks, and each one marked with like the stains of an like some omen on it. And yeah, so you can see all around this house there's like a path of like claw marks. There's like paw prints around. There's humanoid footprints around, and it just looks like you know when like a door that looks like after a dog sits there and scratches at it for months at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's how the bottom of this house looks. It's got claw marks all
Chloe's
over it.
gonna start walking in a circle around the building, and as she comes across windows, doors, and so on, she's going to write a very specific word in Sylvan on each board of each entry into the building. And as she walks, behind her trail small blooming flowers, and as she walks, they trail behind her, and what she's writing on the every board, like nailing up the place, right, is written in Elvish script that you can't read if you can't read Sylvan.
Elvish, but can't read Sylvan. What?
Sylvan is written using the Elven language, but it is
Okay.
not Elvish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like while you're doing this, you're just leaving like a trail of flowers in your way.
Flowers and graffiti, yes.
Yeah, so
Like,
interesting.
so she is pretty tall.
And so the flowers happen to be wolfsbane, and the graffiti, each and every single one of them is a holy symbol that you do not recognize. I mean, if you know the Fae, you may recognize it, but it's in Sylvan regardless. But it is a iconic symbol, the name as a whole.
So I turn to Ismark's like, so this is why you want to move your sister, because you got claw marks all over this place.
Yes, Strahd and his minions know where she's at. And he, like, knocks loudly on the door, and he stands and waits. It's been going on for quite some time. Strangely, it hasn't came for the last couple days, but that's for a different reason, I believe. He says it's...
Playing with us.
Oh, no, it's... Our father died of a heart attack 3 days ago.
Oh,
And since then, the hounds have
A
not
heart-
came back.
A heart attack?
So,
Who pronounced
how do
it?
you know that Strahd's after your sister and not after your father?
Apparently,
they stopped
he
hunting
has.
after your father died.
It's like it's her story to tell, and she and he like yells through the door. He's like, "Irina, it's me, Ismark," and then she like comes to the door and she like knocks on it, and like he like knocks like 4 times in response, and you hear like 4 or 5 deadbolts moving and like a couple of locks coming undone.
Apollo's gonna pay.
little snap.
Apollo's paying very specific attention to the pattern of knocks.
Yeah. So like she opens the door and she's a rather strikingly beautiful woman, but maybe next to Paula maybe not so much. And she like invites you guys in, and she's like, "Hurry in quickly, please."
Apollo's ears twitch at this, and she nods, taking it very seriously. In fact,
I quickly bolt right in, like,
Yeah.
wolves? Are there wolves?
Oh, not inside. No. Yeah. She,
Do the wolves ever get inside?
If they did, I wouldn't still be here.
so how long are these scratches on the walls, roughly?
Yeah, are they from a Chihuahua or a Great Dane?
But specifically, how long are the scratches?
Oh, they go from like 5 feet high all the way down.
Alright, so anything 1 foot and under, Apollo is going to take however long it takes to mend every single scratch. Any flaw smaller than a foot square, and she's going to mend as much as she can.
Well, the scratches are all on the outside,
Exactly, but
so you're staying outside.
the building has clearly taken damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Drew's walking inside and leaving the little girl to do her bit, to do whatever weird stuff she's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
I'd
you-
rather be inside right now.
So Forneas just assumes that because the little vampire, like the little girl who previously had fangs, is now not entering the home.
Yeah.
He's just assuming she is actually a vampire.
Has she finished by now, or
I mean, she's just No.
How far has she gotten? She's started.
There's a lot of scratches on the outside.
Yeah, this. You have to go around the entire
She
perimeter of the.
She every 6 seconds she's cleaning about a square foot.
Well, mending takes.
Sorry. Yeah.
Takes like
Cleaning.
10 minutes to cast once.
Does it?
Yes.
I thought.
Yeah, mending takes time to cast.
Yes, mending casting time
I
is.
did not know
sorry,
that. I thought it was a cantrip. One action.
It's 1
It's still a
minute. So,
1 minute it does. Okay, so she definitely gives up when it becomes insurmountable.
So you can sit
Or-
there for 1 minute and clean one small area, move over, spend another
And
minute.
she's not impressed. She fully expected to be done by now, the entire building, and she gets fed up after a minute and just comes in not saying a word. She's
Well-
clearly not pleased.
Yeah.
Like-
Look at her phone. It's like, well, at least she's not a vampire because she just walked right in.
Technically, we were invited in.
Yes, Ismark is like, "Yep, we were invited. I splashed her with holy water, don't worry, I checked."
Oh. Oh, so that's what you splashed her with. I thought just water.
Well,
I'd like to note that
don't
this
like
entire
water
time she's been dragging a chest about as big as her.
that looked very uncomfortable.
So Drew's just gonna be like, Jade, holy water works on vampires the way water works on you, and acts like she's gonna splash him, but she actually doesn't have any water cantrips.
Apollo does and drops 10 gallons of water on his head.
Oh, come on.
There's no way that she has a spell that can do 10 gallons of water already.
It's a level 1 spell that I can cast as a cantrip.
What?
It's
How
a,
do you manage to cast a spell as a cantrip?
It's a racial feature.
Oh, okay. That's
it's
awful.
yeah, it's like once a day though.
And
Okay.
I definitely created a lot less water than I needed to. Oh, is it once a day?
Mhm.
I did not know this.
Yeah, most racial. If you get some
It's
kind of
usually once per
racial
day.
spell bonus, it's
I
usually
did
once
get
per day.
a proper cantrip and that one, so I didn't realize that was once a day, but that's cool. It was funny regardless.
Yeah. Well, Apollo's going to try to do it again. She's like, oh, I can't do it again.
Yeah. She's not impressed.
Right, so Ismark's like, if you're done playing around, we do have some rather
Stick my tongue out at him.
life-threatening things going on. I mean,
What do you think
Yeah.
I've been trying to do? I don't think taking your sister out of this building is intelligent. It's a home owned by your family, is it not?
our father's dead.
Did he have a will?
Were you not his child? Is it not yours by birthright? Is that not how stupid civilizations work?
You have not been here long enough to understand. Did you not see the outside?
Yes, you need to redecorate, repair your building, fortify the walls, doors.
I don't
And
think they'd be able to hold off very much longer.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, they may manage to hold it off for this long, but I don't know how much longer they can go.
Where are we taking her again?
Oh, he's... what is the name of that town? I just had it.
Boston.
It's not Boston. It's like... I would show you on the map, but it's not. The map's not labeled.
How fast can someone pass an item to someone next to them? About the size of a coin.
It's
If,
Valaki. He's like, Valaki is where we'd like to go.
have you any maps?
He's like, no, we don't need a map. We lived here all of our lives. We know the area.
I do not.
Is
Well,
is Valaki within Barovia?
Yes, yes, it's
Okay.
you once cannot leave the mist.
Wait, so the
I-
monster's preventing us from leaving?
I thought as much. I noticed as I crossed the planar gate.
Yes.
You're here until the curse is lifted.
Yes. When you Many people have tried. You enter the mist, and the mist just turns you around and you come back.
No, that's just great.
This is much more fun than my original plan.
Well,
So we're basically stuck here until we die, or till we defeat Strahd.
so while all of this is going
Or
on,
until Cronus dies, yes.
so Forneus is just kind of going through his maps of Faerun, trying to figure out where exactly Barovia fits.
Yes, it doesn't fit on Barovia. It's really, like, there's no label for it on anywhere of Faerun.
Silly child, we're in a different dimension, a plane of existence.
And, like, Ismark's like,
What's the currency in this plane?
it's like gold?
So that's the same. That hasn't changed.
Okay, well, at least our
I'm getting the feeling it's sort of like the Shadowfell.
He's like, I know
Like-
not what you speak.
yeah. What's the Shadowfell?
A plane of existence. She's gonna say this as if it's a matter of fact.
So Irina,
Yeah.
Irina's like, so... She's like...
Oh yes, sorry. Yes, back to your sister.
she's like,
Apollo notices just how much he's trying to keep us on track, and she smiles at this, and her fangs poke out above her lip.
she's like, yes, well, the house is not safe indefinitely. You've seen the damage done to the walls, and we fear that eventually that he'll convince somebody else to open the door for him and let him in. I mean, I would like to see outside, and that being that my father passed and his corpse is still in the house.
How long has Strahd been attempting to capture your sister?
Irina's like, I'm right here. You can talk to me. And it's
Apollo
been all my
starts
life.
as if he didn't notice she was there whatsoever.
Yeah, she's like, ever since he first saw me, he's been haunting me. Ever since I can remember him and his.
So to
his
this
deep,
point, he has
hungering
yet
eyes.
to this day, he has yet to have someone be able to open your door.
We-
I see not the problem.
We've had a couple of incidences. He's managed to get to me twice, but each time I don't rightly remember what happened. It's all fuzzy.
Was it fuzzy before he said anything to you?
The entire memory is fuzzy.
Funsy?
Fuzzy.
Funsy.
Funsies!
Drew's just like, I bet it was funsies, and wiggles her eyebrows.
She's like, if that's fine if you don't want to escort me, but could you perhaps
Apollo gives a
maybe
very
help
filthy look.
Ismark take my father's body to the church?
Of course.
Why not?
I'm fine with doing both, concerning the fact that we don't have a way out.
Yeah, I've got nothing better to do.
Would it not be easier to
I see
consume
no
him
reason
while
why we can't
they're
help
here?
them if they're gonna leave anyway.
Apollo asks in a very roundabout way whether or not it would not be simpler to consume the corpse here than drag it somewhere else to eat first.
I don't think it's for eating. I'm pretty sure they just want to bury him.
That's
Are you
what I
sure
said is
you
not-
tested her as a vampire?
Oh,
She's
Ismark's
gonna,
blade?
she's gonna glare. Her cat eyes, her vibrant violet cat eyes, are going to narrow to slits, and she will state, as clear as she can, in no uncertain terms, "I am Fae. I am not of the undead."
They're just like, Ismark's like, right, so the body is this way.
okay.
Alright, Drew's just gonna go flouncing off towards the body.
Forneus
Apollo
will go
licks
to
her
the body.
lips and does the same.
It's, yeah, he just takes you to like a master bedroom, and like in there, you can see there's an older, heavy-set gentleman that's like lying on the bed. Looks like he's been dead for a couple days. Doesn't smell too pleasant.
Right, so Rena, if Strahd hasn't come knocking since your father kicked the bucket,
Wait,
why
does
do
this
you
guy-
think that Strahd's after you and not your dad?
Well, being that he's attacked me twice already.
She says
Yeah,
says
but-
he's been haunting her.
How do you know that he wasn't just messing with you to piss off your father?
It's when it's hard to tell the intentions of Strahd.
Right, well, do you know why he stopped coming since your father died? Do you think not leaving a dead body might deter him?
He might have been messing with us.
It's dead bodies don't bother Strahd. He is a vampire. He's dead himself.
I mean, those 3 days where he hasn't done anything to us, he might have spent those days trying to get us into his realm. I don't know.
Clearly successful, was he not?
Yes, but that would be a coincidence.
She's like,
Is it
And nature
possible?
does not do coincidence.
As point of fact, I chose to come here of my own free will.
Possible
You
he
chose
was
to come to
giving her a reprieve to mourn her father?
that would be nice of him, but I wouldn't know it to be of his nature. But I don't
Apollo-
really know him that well.
Apollo gets bored and wanders off looking for things to pocket. She doesn't realize, though, that she is doing so, however. She has spaced out. Is there anything to steal, and does she steal it?
They really don't have anything of value.
That does not matter. Is there anything small and bobbly that is worth a cent, 100 gold, any little bauble? If she sees it, it's in her hands.
Where is she storing all of this stuff?
She has a chest.
She's wearing
that is
lingerie.
large enough.
Like she's wearing like a silk dress made out of spider web.
And she-
I'd like to
She's
point
dragging
out
a
again
chest.
that she's dragging a chest that she would fit inside of.
Okay, but like, I'm just imagining her trying to shove something off
She's
and being
really,
like, thinking that she's hidden it, but it's just like there.
as far as she knows, she's really good at getting away with whatever she accidentally does without noticing.
She can
Whether or not she is to be determined.
She thinks she's great at everything. It's
She
basically
does.
getting it.
No, she doesn't. She knows that she's great at everything.
Oh my god.
So we
So
have a
she's
drama
every teenager ever.
Yes, okay. That explains her character so much better. Because I'm just like, there ain't no way that we have someone as crazy as Drew.
And Drew's like, wow, I thought I was bad.
Yeah, that's basically what's going through Drew's head. She's like, I thought I was the crazy one. I hear voices, but whatever. At least I know I'm not that.
Apollo hears you say that, you hear voices, and she's immediately intrigued, interested, and all about it.
Yeah, but I muttered that
Asking
under
why.
my breath so no one else heard.
This is kind of an out of character talking.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I should probably come up with a voice for Drew because I like to be
That's fair.
sassy in and out of character.
I am really pushy as a person in real life, and I'm sorry for this, but when it shows up in the character, that's definitely Apollo. She's telling you what to do. Do it. If I do it out of character, just understand I'm apologizing now, but I talk over people. all day.
You're apologizing ahead of time.
Yes, because I am going to do it. I am sorry, but it's going to happen.
All right, so Lena, let's get back to the matter
Alright,
of
so
father.
we're gonna take this girl to another town, huh?
Yeah.
Well, first we have to deliver the father to the church,
We cannot
and
do both at once, which comes
then we
first.
will escort her out of the town.
She's like, I'm
Alright,
not leaving until my father's interred.
Do you want to be there when we take your father to the church, or are you going to wait here while we...
She
I think
thinks
we
about
might
that?
have to take her with us.
Oh,
As-
she's thinking about that. She's like, I'll wait for you here.
Okay.
I'll wait with her.
Is there a chair anywhere nearby?
Yeah, it's like a.
Apollo immediately begins to do her best to smash it.
What?
What are you doing?
We're going to burn the... She doesn't say we're. She specifically doesn't use contractions, but that's just to annoy people. We will be burning the body before we depart. Help me, please. She does not say please. Help me.
Why?
We're not going to be burning the body. We're going to be burying it.
This land is filled with vampires. We are burning the body.
She's like, we have a cemetery.
We will bury the ashes. We are burning that corpse. And she begins to smash another chair.
Alright, Drew picks up one of the pieces of the smashed chair, shoves it into the heart of the dead body, and then shrugs and is like, okay, we can bury him now. No burning down the house.
I'm sorry, but that is not enough. We are filling his mouth with holy wafers. And
With what?
I staked them through the heart. What do you think is going to happen?
She's like,
I think that we are about to find holy wafers, stuff his mouth full of them, and burn his corpse.
And I think you're a spoiled
Oh
brat,
my God.
so
So
back off.
does Apollo just pull out like a box of vanilla wafers that have been blessed? Like what?
No, she does not
Who's
have...
filling
Communion
his mouth?
wafers.
She has no food that is not alive and squirming or in hibernation in her chest.
yeah, Ismark's like, right, that's not going to happen. It'd be much appreciated if you would stop breaking our things.
Apollo's going to charm person and tell him, yes, it is.
Wait, hey Drew, did you take up one of the pieces of wood and put it into their dad's heart?
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
All right, I look at her, I roll my eyes like, I don't care this vampire is here. We're not going to disrespect their father's body like this. And I go over and I pull it out.
Okay,
Apollo
but
has
when he
charmed
turns
person
into a vampire
on,
and eats your furry face off, don't come running to me.
So I believe Ismark agrees with me that we're going to burn this corpse and we're going to burn it now.
Well,
Apollo
he's your
insists
friend,
that he
but-
exists
Yeah, charm person makes him your friend, but it doesn't
the
make
best
him...
best light possible.
It's not suggestion. Charm
Yeah.
person is like,
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
it basically
There's a
just means
difference.
that they like you, like you're their best friend. It doesn't mean that they're going to
fair
do
enough.
Yeah.
So she's going
it
to
basically
continue
gets him drunk
insisting,
enough to like you.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
He's like, yeah, yes, that's...
and she needs all the charm she can get. Honestly,
Your intentions might be pure, ma'am, but that's my father, and we're not going to desecrate
would you
him.
rather your father be desecrated as a
I'd-
construct of necromancy?
I'd rather you not insult my sister
Okay.
and our house.
He's
All right,
been stabbed
okay,
through the heart.
okay.
He's not gonna become a vampire.
Okay. Question:
hmm
How did your father die?
Of a heart attack.
Heart attack.
Okay.
So
Was
he
a
had,
vampire in the area when he had this heart attack?
we are in a demi-plane owned by a vampire.
That wasn't the question. Was there a vampire around your father when he died of the heart attack?
There is a vampire on the same demi-plane. The answer
They're not
is
talking about
yes.
planes. They're talking
Yeah.
about immediate area.
No, no one was around.
Alright, can I do some sort of history
So,
check or something to find
does he
out
have any
how
marks
vampires
on
get made in this plane?
No, he doesn't have any marks. Like, the vampires
there
here are the
anything-
same as everywhere else.
Was there anything in his mouth?
Right,
when he
so,
died?
I mean, I'm going off of what I know from, like, watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Exactly.
So,
Anything
what
Apollo knows-
should I roll, or are we good
You
on
could-
this?
You could do, like, would it be, like, religion or history?
I would say probably history.
Nature?
I don't think nature would apply. Yeah, vampires
Alright,
aren't a
I'll do
natural creature.
history.
Perhaps,
Alright, I got an 11,
That's
so yeah, basically I've got Buffy the Vampire Slayer knowledge.
Yeah, it takes a vampire to create another vampire, But normally the vampire has to be present and do like some weird ritual crap.
Dying on the same plane of existence as another, like as a
This
vampire,
entire plane is
does not
cursed.
make you a vampire.
Have you not been paying attention? This plane is cursed.
We have people
Okay.
die all the time. We have
If
a
that was the
cemetery
case,
full
then
of
there
dead
would be
bodies.
like literally everyone that we meet in this plane would be a vampire.
Apollo begins stacking the broken up chairs around the corpse.
Yeah, he's like, no.
Alright,
you can-
Drew is gonna pick up the corpse, sling it over her shoulder, and start walking out of the house.
Yeah, I'm going with her.
I look at Aline. I'm like, I look at Ismark. So are we just gonna take the body just over to the church, and then we're gonna come back and escort your sister to the town?
Yes, it's not safe for her to be wandering around the town.
Is it safe for her to be left here alone?
She was here alone before we came.
So what is the reason?
Would you
that
like
we
to
take
stay
her out of
with
the city
her?
where she is safe?
Well,
We've
we already need Ismark
we've
to
already
lead us to the
established.
church.
Yeah. We've already established that, yes, for the immediate time, she is safe in her home.
Okay, understood.
In the long term, the home is not going to last much longer.
Certainly not if you don't repair it.
And we've already established they don't seem to have a lot of money, so I'm not sure where they're going to get the funds to make those repairs or armaments for their home.
Apollo gestures to the wood at the floor and says, "More boards for the windows."
And we take the floors out and they come out from the ground.
Yeah, Drew's just already walking out of the house with the body.
So we take the body to the church, back, we take the girl to Val, whatever, and then we find something else to do until we can get out of this godforsaken.
Yeah.
Yes.
Someone should probably do some information gathering to see if we can figure out enough to get rid of the vampire, so.
Little girl, make yourself useful. Go talk to people.
Apollo completely ignores the second line of that statement order and begins collecting the sharpest, about foot-long pieces of wood from.
No
the
stabbing
nest.
people.
She's got like 12 of them.
Hey,
She's like,
and
got her arms full of sticks.
She's making herself useful.
I'm looking at Ismark. Is he kind of disturbed by the fact that Drew just took his father's body and just slung it over his shoulder?
He's following her.
Okay.
He's like she is rather strong for her stature, but I'm not one to judge people. She was a spider earlier, so
Yes.
this might not even be her true form either. Who knows?
Ooh.
So yeah. So he shows you the way to the church. So you have to go north, and you go past the tavern you guys were in, and then it like Y's to the left, and you go up to like a
Can you
little.
ping it?
It's right there. There's the church.
Alrighty.
So on the way, Apollo's been scratching her name into each stake with seemingly just the tip of her finger.
Okay.
You mean she's not covering it with her fang?
Well, her fingernail, but it's much easier than it should be. She's doing it rather quickly.
Right. So yeah, atop that as you go up a little slight incline up to the church. You can see like it still has like there's scratch marks all over the church. There's fire damage to the outside of it as well. It's obviously weathered the assaults of evil creatures for centuries.
Detect magic?
There's nothing magical here.
Okay, just checking.
Alright, Drew is going to drop the body of the dad onto Jade. Be like, here, kitty, take that in there for me.
Ugh.
Go lay down.
Apollo holds up her hand
Go lay down.
and says, "Just a moment," and will do her best to get a stake into the previously staked heart.
I've already
No.
done that.
Before she gets a chance to do that, I go up and knock on the door.
Someone took it out though. Somebody took the steak out of the corpse.
The
Apollo's
cat
doing
that
her
took out the
best.
steak is carrying the body right now, and the cat is walking up to the door.
That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, Drew
Apollo's
is
gonna-
hanging out outside of the church and looking a
So
little
how are you-
Cornelius
uncomfortable.
follows behind
How are you
Jake,
carrying the
kind
corpse?
of acting like a chainmail wall.
How are you carrying the corpse?
I'm carrying it. I'm actually carrying it with both arms in front of me.
Both arms in front of you. Apollo's gonna do her best to sleight of hand a stake into the corpse.
Okay,
It's
so Freneas picks Apollo up.
just like stop.
Freneas
Yes.
picks Apollo up and
She-
walks back
she-
toward the town.
You don't know when she got wet, but she is wet and warm as if she just got out of a hot spring.
Or she peed herself.
Or she put herself wherever you have touched her, unless it was her very thin, like teddy. She's wet and warm and inviting to the touch.
She
Warm and inviting to the touch.
Do you know what a nymph is in Fey
Yes,
lore?
but warm and inviting to the touch, and she's wearing lingerie.
Yes. Yes.
Lingerie and hair, she is covered, but only just, and she.
Okay, so she's a bear in lingerie. Warm and inviting still.
A bear? No, she's not. She's a small, maybe 14, maybe 19, 4-foot girl. Flaming red
Bear
hair.
That's
in
quite the
the
gap.
term
Oh, bear
of
naked,
a very
yes,
furry
14
person.
maybe.
She
not.
is extremely nude.
Okay.
She's
This just went the wrong direction.
Right. So the church.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Let's get back to the dead body.
We're
And,
walking into a church. We're having a discussion.
Yeah.
so holding this dead body on one hand as best I can. I knock on the door.
Yeah, you knock on the door and that you don't really hear a response, but
so I got a 21 on trying to get that stake into the corpse.
yeah.
you've been picked up and carried off. You were nowhere near.
Yeah,
the corpse.
that kind of did happen.
Right.
I,
Corpse is completely unstaked.
So yeah.
then I used the roll to slip it into your pocket.
So you have a foot-long stake sticking out of your pocket. So
Um,
Nice.
yeah, it's
Added to your inventory.
Ismark pulls out a key and he unlocks the front door of the church and he helps you push the doors open. It's all unlit. It reeks of mildew. So you guys, I changed your map so you guys could see the inside of the church.
Hmm.
And you see the two doors on each side, and the lead to and then there's a big where they have the mass, and all the benches are broken, and you can see it's strewn with debris, and you hear a soft voice from within reciting a prayer.
Is detect magic still up? It lasts for a little while,
Yeah, that's for a
think.
minute.
Or
I mean, you can redo it, but you don't.
she generally casts it if it runs out, and she has a free an action to do so.
Yeah, she's being carried. She can do that. I mean,
And-
you see. I guess you only see.
She does her best to look not just for anything magic while it's up, but for any smells or just generally perception check if I can.
Well, it's blatantly obvious
Alright.
that there is a guy in here muttering a prayer, and you just hear this wailing scream coming from throughout the church. It sounds human-ish, but you don't think a human vocal cords could make that pitch of a scream.
Does Drew hear that from outside?
No, it came from inside.
Well, Drew's hanging out outside, but can she hear it?
Oh yeah.
Once the
Well,
door is
she's
open,
So who is the biggest, burliest person in the room?
Probably
The
Paladin.
the guy carrying
Are we
you
all-
around.
Yeah, I mean,
Apollo's. Oh wait, I'm still being carried. Can I make a dex check to get out, or a charisma check to get out? I'm gonna ask as innocently and sweetly, and
Get me down.
yeah, please. She does not say please. I'm sorry. Anytime I say please, it is not Apollo speaking. And she's going to say, "Put me down," as politely as she can without using proper manners.
can you promise to never touch that body?
I cannot make such a promise. I do not know.
Can't promise to put you down then.
Wait, is it the paladin
We
that's
just
holding?
heard
Wait.
Drew
Is
laughing.
it the paladin that's holding me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, she's then going to ask, "May I cast protection from good and evil on you? I fear for your life, my life, and those of these that would seek to end the curse on these lands." And she's
Cast
going,
whatever you want to, but
And
I'm not
she
putting
casts-
you down until you promise not to touch the body.
Apollo sighs and says in a very, very carefully worded promise, or what seems to be a promise, that she will not touch the body. But I am not as skilled as Apollo is at speaking the truth while not meaning a word of what she says. So, yeah.
She is very evasive to your comments and doesn't answer directly.
So
But
you're
she
not
does-
getting put
but
Basically,
down.
you're not gonna let her down.
But what she does end the what she's saying by saying, "So I swear, so it is."
So what is?
You heard the oath, did you not?
I
You
heard.
hear Drew from outside going, "She's Faye, make her say it straight or she won't do it."
I basically ignore what's going on. I'll just continue walking forward.
It's fine with me. While we're having this argument, that body is being taken care of without issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
I
There's.
actually like roll my eyes.
Right.
How
so,
old is the church? She will ask. And what
How
is
old
its
is
value
what?
to the town? We're in a church, are we not?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's going to ask how old and what is the value of the church to the town.
You're not gonna burn it down.
Nobody's around you that would know the answers.
Yeah, because Ismark's is walking up with me.
Yes.
Where's the body?
With me.
Damn
And
it.
me and
Okay.
Ismark are walking up.
Yeah. So think of it they're probably like over here somewhere,
Wait,
and we're hanging out
I've got notes all
back
over.
here.
All right, so they're like up here, and Apollo's somewhere in someone's arms over here. In
Yeah, and Drew's like
Cornelius's arms.
over here-ish. Come on, cat, damn you.
What's the range? What's the range on Druidcraft again? Say I want to point somewhere and have there suddenly be a campfire.
I don't know.
All right, so she's going to point and state in a 1/3 mix of Sylvan, Common, and Elven that the corpse is on fire, and she fully expects that it is going to catch fire, whether or not the range of Druidcraft lets her.
No, they're not in your range anymore.
Okay,
She's a druid?
Well, let's see.
she explains nothing.
Well, now Drew doubly hates her. Druid is her shtick. Well, you don't have to be a druid craft,
So-
but still, Drew's gonna be like, I know that spell. Fuck her. This is my thing.
That's my thing.
Yeah. I'm looking at Ismark. So, is this guy in here? Is he gonna help us bury him?
Well, I mean, he's walking up to the altar where the priest is. He's like, oh, yeah, this is, you know,
So
This is
maybe
not Father.
the range wasn't good, but whatever the range at Druidcraft, at that point, a harmless flash of flame, like on the intersection of, like partway through to the target, just flash of flame.
She's like, damn it, I missed.
Yeah,
then
exactly.
With that, he'll carry her outside.
Then you guys all hear this voice coming.
She's not
from,
having any of it. Oh,
You hear a voice coming from the basement. It yells like, Father, I'm hungry. I'm starving.
Does it sound like the children?
No, it doesn't sound like the children.
Apollo's going to ask, do you not feed your son? As she's being carried away.
You like yell it to the...
And the entire... Yes. And the entire time she's doing her best to squirm and wriggle her way out. She's not strong. She's above average strength, but she's not strong. But she's very, very squirmy.
So Apollo's still trying to
she's
squirm her way out.
and she's like 4 foot, extremely fit, and less than half naked.
And then like, yeah, so you approach...
She's also wet.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Okay, let's do
She's
this.
wet.
Let's please move on. Let's please move on.
Let's share the spotlight a little bit.
I'm gonna... Yeah, sure. Sorry.
So,
It's Apollo.
yes, Apollo's hyper and wants all the attention, but so the camera pans away from Apollo and the paladin like fighting over each other, she wants down, and he's like, no, you're being a little shit. I'm gonna take you, put you in the corner, put you in timeout. That's what he's thinking, maybe. And then like we pan over and we see like the tiefling carrying this corpse up to the altar, and you hear screaming coming from the
Tiefling or
basement.
Tabaxi?
Oh, sorry,
Yeah, Tabaxi.
Tabaxi.
Yeah.
Tabaxi. And you hear you're screaming like every so often from the basement, and yelling for like, Father, why won't you feed me? And it's like, then next time it'll be like, Father, I'm so hungry. And then
Right. Can Drew be like wandering around the outside of the church trying to find like a storm door or something to get into the basement and see what's up?
yeah, you can go look around.
Okay.
Yeah, it's similar to the mansion, to where there's like a path of footprints all around the church, and there's lots of scorch marks and claw marks along the outside of the building.
Farneas will follow her.
So Phineas is going to follow Drew around with Apollo and Phineas' hand.
Yes.
Yeah, so I kind of look at Ismark like, do you know what that screaming is?
Well, it might be Apollo because she's screeching her lungs off.
Well, no, I'm talking about the voices screaming, Father! Like,
Right.
It's like it's Father Donovic's son.
There's something we should know about him?
He says it's Father won't let anyone take care of it.
Take care of it?
Yes.
What happened
The
to his
son's a
son?
vampire.
It's just like, you know, you're approaching the altar. He's like,
Yeah.
him and a couple other villagers went to the castle and attacked it. And when he came back, he was like them, like one of them.
He was like Strahd?
Yes, he's came back not quite a vampire, not quite human, but something in between.
Oh.
So Ismark is like, Father Donovic, like, and he like motions to the body, and the father like gets up, like takes a drink of something from a chalice, and he like coughs a little bit, and he comes over. He's like, oh good, you were able to get him over, bring him over.
Okay.
So yeah, he's like, we have a cemetery out back. That'd probably be the best.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. I think the sooner the better, because I don't trust some of our new acquaintances to control themselves. They might want to try to like burn the body,
So-
put a wooden stake in his heart. I'll try to stop them, but
Has Apollo heard that?
I'll
there's a
try to
vampire-
help.
Heard what?
That there's a vampire in the
No,
building.
No.
you guys were outside.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right, and
yeah.
he's
You guys just heard the screaming.
Right.
yeah, of somebody yelling that their father's not feeding them. Right.
Right.
So he's like, okay, yes. Probably the sooner we get this done, the better.
Yeah.
Were we able to find any kind of cellar or storm door around the church?
No, there's no entrances to the cellar from outside of the church. You don't have to roll because there wouldn't be anything for you to find.
Right. Forneus then will just kind of look at Drew and then plop the girl down on the ground. He's all yours, and then head back to the door.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Entangle. No. Better yet, I'm gonna cast Web.
Web.
Cast web.
Web is one of my new circle spells
Nice.
that I get for being a druid of the Underdark.
That's tight.
Yeah.
So basically, I make a 5-foot cube web of spider webbing that entangles.
So if you want to get out, it would require a strength check.
What's the save to not have been hit?
I'm reading. Let's see.
It's your spell save DC.
Yeah, it's a spell save is 13.
Yeah.
It's strength save.
Strength. Oh, lovely. Okay, so +1. Wait, that's to not have been hit, or is
Well,
there
it's-
no save? It hits. You roll to get out.
It hits, you just roll
It's a
to get out.
dex save to get out. Basically,
No, it's a strength save to get out, but right,
Oh, wait,
once
let's
it
make
hits,
the-
it hits.
Each creature who starts its turn in the webs makes a dex save.
Yeah.
Or is restrained.
Yeah, and she can make it like 20 feet wide. It's huge. You're not.
Okay, so it's huge. It's an AOE. I get it.
Yeah.
mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you fail,
So-
you're restrained.
So what's
Yep,
your
you're
spell save?
restrained.
I'm
Oh wait,
restrained.
no, it's a 13.
Fantastic. So she's like, her fingernails harden and sharpen, and she slashes her way out.
Well, while that happens, so Forneus will
I'm
make his way
chasing.
back inside to assist Jade.
Yeah, so they father's like, I can use his name, Donovic. He's like, I will prepare the corpse if you guys would like to prepare the grounds.
Yeah, I think we can do that. So we need to dig a hole.
Yes.
Okay.
Is Mark's like, I know where the shovels are kept, and he like starts walking outside.
Okay. Is your son safely secured down in the basement, so he's not going to get out?
Father, he's like, yes, he's fine. Just ignore
Okay.
him.
I'll make sure to inform the rest of my companions to not go down there until we're taking care of the
Including
body.
the two of us chasing each other.
So
When I see him, I'll let them know.
Apollo's going to sidle up to Forneus and is it Forneus or Forneus?
Forneus.
There's no way you've gotten that far yet. I'm not done casting cantrips.
For every cantrip that is cast, she's going to use Prestidigitation to try to clean it away.
I don't think it works
Well,
that way.
Thorn
Yeah.
Whip is not something you can clean away.
That's fair.
Thorn whip, yeah, you can't clean away thorn whip.
Well,
No,
you're
not
probably
Thorn
not.
Whip pulls you to me so that I can, like, tie you up.
Yep.
So it's just
Yep.
somatic that like you guys are like she's whipping you and like pulling you, but it's she's not. You're not doing it to hurt. You just or she might be.
She might be. Who knows?
But yeah,
Only a 1d6 damage.
yeah, but we can make this thematic that, Apollo could be trying to get away, and she just, every time she moves, she gets pulled back, and then she runs some more, and then gets pulled back a little bit more. I guess
She's-
it'd probably get kind of irritating after a little bit.
Yeah, in frustration, she's like at wit's end, and she's going to screech out an oath without thinking and swear to not do nothing regarding the corpse, that she only intends to slay the spawn in the basement.
That you don't.
She doesn't
about.
know there's anything.
You have not gotten back to. I'm not seeing you yet. So you did not know
alright,
about that.
sorry, she's swearing to only feed the child screaming for food.
I'm gonna continue thorn whipping.
Well, it only pulls, what, 15 feet? 10 feet?
Yeah.
10 feet closer.
Yeah, 10 feet, and then with 30 feet of movement, she could.
60 feet, full sprint.
She,
And
yeah, so
Okay.
eventually she does get further away, but yeah. But
So
right,
did they come back
Well,
around by the time we
chasing
walk out
her.
the door?
I mean, they walk outside, and then like Ismark, they just happen to walk around the side where Apollo and Drew are having cat fights, and
And I thought it was
Has
a cat
the-
fighter. They're cat fighting.
Has the body been dealt with at this point?
the priest has it laying out on one of the benches, and he's preparing it.
Yeah. The priest is going to take care of the body. He just requests that we prepare to basically dig a hole for the burial. And also, no matter what, don't open up the door to the basement because his son apparently is somewhat vampire.
So we prepare the body, we bury the body, and then we kill the vampire.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking we need to do.
All right.
Alright, well, hearing that there's a vampire, I'm gonna, like,
Apollo's
Sort of?
frozen. She's stopped making noise. She's stopped making a fuss.
okay, I'm gonna continue thorn whipping, but, like, sort of trying to corral her towards the church. To try to sneak
She'll
in
go
myself.
wherever you want. She's in a daze.
Well, I want her to run towards the church so that people think I'm chasing her.
That's cool.
When really, I just want to go kill the vampire.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, I mean, they'll be off.
We can discuss the vampire after we
We
take care
are.
of the body.
Yeah, I mean,
You
we're not
don't know what I'm
leaving.
doing. You think I'm just trying to keep her from getting the body.
Yeah, I mean, see,
I thought you said out loud.
yeah.
No, I'm trying to explain it so that you guys know. You don't
Okay.
know what I'm doing, but this
Yeah.
is what I'm doing.
Right, yeah. So you guys go up, like, he shows you where the shovels are, and he grabs one himself, and he goes to a plot, and he's he says, like, well, at least he'll be next to Mama, and he starts, like, digging a hole next to another grave.
Okay.
Well, I'll help him dig.
Yeah, I mean, it's, it still take you a while. You guys do have one big, strong man, but it is digging a big-ass hole. So yeah, so Drew, are you waiting for them to come back, or are you just gonna go and try and take care of this by yourself?
I'm gonna go after a fucking vampire, and I'm assuming Apollo's with me.
Apollo realizes that Drew intends to go downstairs while the largest man in the room is not between Apollo and the Hellspawn. And she's going to state quite clearly, which is one of the very few times she has made crystal clear sense, and you can likely see she's pretty serious. We should have a big man between us and that spawn if we have any chance of living.
I'm
I fully
tougher than
intend to end
any
it.
man.
Fair enough, lead on.
So I and Fornius and I
Oh shit, yeah, you're right.
are digging, are helping digging the hole.
Apollo thinks for half a second as you say that, and she's like, "Oh, right, okay." And
Well, you guys
perfectly
aren't
accepts
around
it.
us. Like we're
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're outside in the
I'm sorry, I was
cemetery,
talking to Drew.
and you
I was
guys are
talking to
inside.
Drew.
Okay.
What?
She finally puts together giant spider that turns into a girl or a woman, and it just clicks, and she's cool with it.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, like you still don't know how to get to the basement.
Oh no, but I'm like sneaking into like. Are there windows in the church?
They're towards the back. There's some like by the chapel area. There's some stained glass windows.
Where's the priest?
He's in the chapel area.
Okay, are there any windows away from where I would see him through a window?
I mean, he's standing right here in the middle, like so.
Ah,
The body's kind of like
Okay.
spread out on this big stone slab there, and he's
Yeah.
all right.
And all the
I'm
windows
gonna
are in
try
view of him.
to sneaky sneak in from the.
I mean, his back is to you, and he's preoccupied.
Okay. I'm sneaky sneaks, and I'm going to. Like, do I see any way to get into a basement?
Not from the hallway, no.
Okay.
Apollo's gonna quietly hand you a steak. She just puts it in your
Alright.
hand.
I mean, I'll hold it, but I'm gonna go shillelagh on this bit.
That works too.
I'm gonna open that door and see what happens.
Which one?
That I
Sorry,
dang,
I didn't. I was looking down.
damn it.
Yeah. Lower right door.
Okay.
Apollo's right by her side, readying action with her sap. It is a cricket bat from any cricket game, but it is as tall as she is and wider than her thigh.
So the you notice the roof over this part of the room is moldy and has holes, and there's water covering the floor. So there's a couple broken shingles from the roof also. And then you can see, like, clearly in one corner, there's like a big, heavy, like wooden cellar door, and it has like a big padlock on the.
All right. If I poke my head toward, like, out the door and look, do I see? Has the priest noticed stuff?
No, he's busy.
All right. Loot or not? All right. I picked up thieves' tools from the mansion,
Yes, you did.
so I'm going to try to pick the padlock.
Okay, yeah, you can. You'll be at normal dexterity without proficiency because you're not.
Can
trained.
Apollo assist?
I don't know if you could get in there. Like, how could you describe how you could help?
She will.
Yeah. Well, considering it's like
Use
kind of a rock.
prestidigitation, which has a range of 10 feet, to hold specifically the pick that would be used to hold tension on the tumblers, so that Drew can use both hands specifically to manipulate the tumblers, as opposed to using one hand to hold tension on the lock.
I don't think that would do that, but maybe I think Mage Hand would.
I really
Yeah.
need Mage Hand then.
Yeah, prestidigitation is more or less like
Prestidigitation can create a fine object of no worth that lasts for like 10 minutes or something like that.
right,
So
but it doesn't do things. Like it's
Yeah.
like you
I
make
create a
like
fine,
the appearance of
a
something.
fine device that I hand to her to assist that will hold tension on the lock itself.
But she would still have to use one hand to hold that fine device.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
accidentally
Fine.
clicked dagger, but I meant to click sleight of hand.
It's fine. It's
Sure.
it's fine. Both of them. Both of you would succeed with it. I mean, yeah. So what you could, what I could see is like maybe if you could lubricate the inside of the lock, maybe with prestidigitation, something like that.
That worked.
That would be.
Alright,
So you
For
know,
next
it's
time,
old
thanks.
and rusted, and it's just like it would clean it up a little bit.
that makes sense.
And yeah, so it unlocks. hear the click.
Okay.
Sap in hand, Paula readies action to not let anything come through that door.
I'm going to go take the padlock that I like,
Ooh,
and I'm going to lock the door so that no one can come in and bother us.
wait, you're locking us in here with a vampire? Paula's not okay with this. She says so in extremely clear language and says, "Are you mad?
A little bit.
You
I
mad?
am not. Let me out. Let me out. I am done with this idea."
Well, how else are we going to keep the police coming in and disturbing us?
If you wish to lock us in here, I wish for there to be someone to be between me and that beast, besides just yourself. This is a small room, and I am not about to die to a vampire spawn.
Okay, so she's like worried about me being small. I'm going to. Do I have another beast shape?
Yeah, you should. You hear
You give him
like
2 times for a short rest.
you hear a loud like thump coming from underneath the door.
Paula sheaths her sap and immediately begins doing her best to open the locked door to get out of that room.
Alright, I'm going to turn into a panther.
Okay. Yeah, you hear, "Father, let me out! Father!"
Alright, little girl, this is a chance. Or before I turn into a panther, I'm just going to be like, alright, little. Well, no, I don't want to do a panther. Panther is not as useful in small spaces. Be a wolf. Before I change shape, I'm just going to be like, alright, little girl, this is your chance to get ready for this vampire, or to not.
If you want me
because
to
I'm
get
opening
ready
this
to
door.
kill this vampire, we should at least take the time to not just be 2 people against a vampire. Have you ever fought one before? They are incredibly lethal. I've seen it.
No, but I will not suffer such a disgrace to nature to live.
If I become a vampire, I swear on my life and to Titania herself that I will bite you.
Alright, fine,
You're a
I'll unlock the door again before we let the vampire out.
If you're a vampire, you won't have a life to swear on.
She's
That's
swearing
true.
now, regardless. Whether or not the magic holds true, she's bound by it right now.
Alright, so we're just gonna say I put the lock, but I didn't actually click it closed. I just put
Okay.
it on the doors so that it would be harder for someone to open.
Yeah,
As long as there's a chance she can get out, but with an action,
Yeah,
Apollo's
all she
okay
would
with
have
this.
to do is pick up the lock out of like whatever hole.
Apollo grits her teeth as they extend to inch-long needle-point fangs. Her fingernails harden, and she readies her sap. Clearly
Alright,
intent on the door, on the floor or whatever. Sorry.
Alright, I'm going to just be like, you know what? Be ready because I'm going. And I open the cellar door and turn
Yep.
into a wolf.
Okay, you go to like pull on it, and it's not opening, and then you look and you see like the water all around the top of the cellar door, and the wood is swollen into the frame.
Apollo heaves a sigh of relief.
Little girl, do you have...
Do you wish this... Oh wait, I've already created... You said create water was once a day?
Yep.
Alright.
You
Yeah,
have
the-
fire or air magic that you can dry this wood with?
you could still try to
Presti-
like muscle it up.
she'll prestidigitation and do her best to clean the wood of any water.
Yeah, the
And,
water
and
that's
she's
on
pretty
top
good
of
with
it.
working with
Yeah.
the water that is specifically in the wood, swelling it.
Yeah, it would move
It's
the
probably
water.
holy water, so we might not want to get rid of it.
So, Josh, how far along are we on this hole that we were digging?
Probably about 2 feet.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
I
Just so I
mean,
know how long it's taken them.
because they've only been there, you know, It's like they've been gone like 5 minutes and they're playing with this door.
Yeah. So we only got about 2 feet down.
I mean, but there is 3 strapping young males digging at this hole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But like, no, you could. So with the door, you guys can try muscling it up if you want. Or if you have a crowbar, you could like maybe jam a crowbar in there and.
Wait, to open this door, Apollo has no intention of getting near it.
No, to open the door for letting the vampire out so that we can go kill it.
That's what I meant. She will help you open it, but she's not getting near that door.
She's like, I'll help you with magic that is decorative.
I'll decorate the door.
Grow some flowers on it.
Yeah. Maybe try to bring a little bit of the wood to life to shift it a bit, whatever it helps. Foot by foot, she works on it.
Yeah.
Using druidcraft as opposed to prestidigitation.
So yeah, I mean it's doing minor stuff, but this has been sitting soaking in water for I don't know, a year or so. So it's rather quite swollen.
So
Like,
this
you
room is
cast
soaking
Thunder
wet.
Wave.
No, you were likely correct in the idea of fire. So she will use druidcraft instead of trying to dry it out. She will repeatedly blast it with fire, and assuming the area she is blasting is wet and not flammable, she's just trying to dry it out.
Yeah. Have you ever tried catching a wet log on fire?
It's
Take
not
it.
fun.
Take a torch to a puddle of water. It'll evaporate, but it does go slowly.
Yes. If you ever tried catching not even a swollen log, a live log on fire, it takes a long time for them to
That's
dry
fair.
out. So yeah, I mean, unless you guys, so that will work eventually, yes. But if you want something to work quickly, probably
Apollo doesn't.
wrenching it open or
Basically,
something like
forcibly opening it would be the best way to do it.
Alright, I will try to forcibly open this thing.
that. Okay. Yeah, you do
Strength check?
Strength check, yeah. So I think Drew wants to succeed, but I think Char don't.
Apollo, and no. Oh, I see. No.
Yeah, you pull on it and it's, maybe if you could turn into a gorilla?
Yeah, I don't think wolf form is cutting out for you.
Well, I could possibly do Thunder Wave and knock this shit open. But that would alert everybody to what we're doing.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Apollo suggests that she cast the Thunder Wave if you have been muttering about it.
Well, she's a wolf
And-
right now, so she's not really saying anything.
Paula apparently can understand other people's language.
Only if she specifically thinks to listen in, but she doesn't. She's not at the moment, at any rate.
Yeah, so you hear like another like thud from underneath. And it's like, I can smell your blood! And he like pounds on the thing. It's like, let me out! I'm hungry!
That should be a key sign not.
Apollo's gonna scream in Sylvan, and her eyes will, well, supposedly they'll glow pink as far as she knows. But she'll scream in Sylvan, and her eyes will glow pink. And she's gonna blast the door with Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Oh shit!
So do we hear the scream outside?
It's at the top of her lungs, and she's a pretty loudmouth little girl.
Probably, yeah. So you'd have to. I mean, it's inanimate. It's not moving. So just roll and see how much damage it would do.
I'm not sure I did that correctly. I was having trouble with my... Oh no, I did. Alright, so 4 damage.
Wow, your macro is really weird.
Yeah, like I said, I had real issues with the macro. I'm gonna
Just
fix
use
it.
the character sheet.
I want to, honestly. I spent hours trying to figure out, and that's why all my macros are really disgusting. because I thought that if I were to just click Eldritch Blast, like, where'd it go? Like that,
It doesn't
Yeah.
do much.
it should work. But
So just now click on the word Eldritch Blast in the little box. That's how much damage you did.
that's interesting. Thanks.
I just
Yeah.
I just fixed it because I put a new one in there and deleted your old one. So
Oh, I really appreciate it.
you're not going crazy because you're. It sounded like your paws. You're like, why in the hell is it doing it now?
Now you also,
Well, no, I
on
did
your
different
character sheet,
actions.
you have
I
to
used
turn
the-
on the
Oh.
auto roll damage.
Oh, where's this? I'd love to do that. Oh, in the options, I would bet. Oh,
Yeah,
you're
if
doing
you go
it for
into
me?
the
Thanks.
cogwheel in the far right
Yeah.
box,
Yeah.
you can turn that on. That way you don't have to keep clicking on it every time.
All right, so I can just keep my character sheet open. Can I have that open and see the chat? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah, you can pop it out and put it into a new tab too.
Oh, yeah, there's
Mhm.
that. All right, thanks, guys.
Right, yeah. So you guys are out there, shoveling away, and you hear a loud scream coming from the church.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Especially that you knew that there was a vampire there. Ismark looks up and he's like throws a shovel down and he starts running.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I
Apollo's
start running the
got
same.
a sap in one hand and
All
a
right,
stake
yeah.
in the other.
Yeah.
So
the
Fornes
door
will
open?
make his way.
No.
And I'm actually taking my bonus. I'm actually taking my cunning action to dash even faster.
Yeah, the door's not open and you see it's cracked and smoking. And then Father Darius, he comes to the doors and he's starts banging on the outside of the door. And he's like, "Get out of there! You're not allowed in there."
Apollo's. Oh, no, that's a terrible idea. She's really impulsive, though. So
Who's
your
at the
idea was
Eldritch
to
Blast?
was to lock us in here, right?
Well, the idea was I put the lock.
Right, but your
Lock.
intent originally was to lock us in here, right?
Yeah.
How confident are you on this idea? Apollo locks the door.
Damn. Yes.
Alright.
Yes. We're gonna have a cat come save us.
All right.
Okay.
On it. So is the door to the to where we heard the scream locked? I try to open it. Is it locked?
Yeah, you guys come running around.
This door is locked.
Yeah, you guys come running around to the front of the church into the double doors. You see Father Donovic pounding on the door. Well, see, because it was a padlock, so
Mm-hmm.
she would have to put the padlock on the inside of the door.
She,
and lock
she
it.
said that it was already hanging on the lock, I believe. So what I understood,
Yeah.
the lock was hanging ready to be clicked shut,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's just what Apollo did.
Yes, yes.
She was like,
But
"Well,
the thing is, from outside, there is no lock for them to get to unlock.
right,
Yeah.
that's
Exactly. So they're gonna have to bust their way in.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
that's
I'm sorry,
Fornes
but
is
Apollo's
Fornes
not.
is just gonna smash the door down.
That's cool.
Can we Eldritch Blast the vampire door some more though?
Or maybe not.
Absolutely.
Maybe he
as,
won't smash
as
the
soon
door
as I
down.
get a turn to do so, Apollo does it.
Well, let's go into initiative because everyone's fighting for
Something.
for something.
we're all
to
fighting something.
So
I will kill this door.
let-
It's the last thing I do.
I gotta bring some tokens over.
Oh yeah, so we can actually get the turn order in.
So the turn order can work, and I'm just trying to find. Oh, there's some. I didn't think the first thing you guys were gonna fight was a door and another door.
Are you kidding? It's D&D. Doors are half the enemies.
Doors are the enemies.
Are you
Doors.
kidding? You're right, though.
I mean, Critical Role fans understand.
There you go, Jade.
All right.
Let's see. I'm betting it's gonna be a 4 again.
Why can't
What do you think?
Ferris? Why is your
Hey.
token not?
Oh,
popping out?
shit!
There it goes. Okay.
19. Roll a
I
19.
got a good one this time. I'm so happy.
Initiative. Can I just click the, yeah?
9.
Hold on.
Yep.
I gotta. There you go.
Wait.
We're not going. Okay,
So Paul has a
Apollo,
23
you have to.
Oh, where is my
Yeah.
token to?
It's
It's at the bottom.
down here at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So just highlight it and,
Yeah, just click on it and then
Now I
you
click
would normally
initiative.
roll initiative.
alright.
I think Josh might just put you in as 23.
Yeah, I'll just probably put you in with your.
Oh, that makes sense.
No.
I can also put my health in this box, I think.
If you want, I'm not worried about it.
No, it's just easier for me. And can I move around? No.
You should be able to. There's no place for you to.
With the arrow key? Oh, we have to be on the map.
I'm just moving it around.
No, I thought
It's just fun.
No, I'm just looking for generic tokens for.
So, is there any way to explode the map or shrink our character tokens?
Yeah. Sorry, I had to find a tokens to represent random things.
Sure. That's a really cool, if that's anything what your character looks like, Dean, it's really cool looking.
Alright, so Phoebe, what did you have for your original?
23.
Alright, so being that I have tokens that don't match, this drow person is the thing in the basement. The funky looking sun thing is Ismark. Right, okay. So yeah, so Jade, it's on you.
So, after Fornius failed to break down the door, I'll break down the door.
Yeah, so if you want to like hold an action and do it with him, one of you could roll with advantage. Or you can
Well, considering there's a vampire spawn in there and they locked the door, I'm going to try to break it right down.
Okay.
So,
So,
it's just a strength or athletics.
It's strength, because
are there other voices screaming to open the door that she recognizes than the saying we're not supposed to be in
Oh
here?
shit!
I haven't heard them say they yelled anything.
Alright, that's what
I
I
just heard the
thought,
scream.
but... Alright,
So-
because... Apollo's not stupid. She doesn't want to be in here, but she knows that she can't let the spawn escape, and that they have to kill it. But so far, she still thinks it's the other guy trying to get
Right.
in.
So you hear you look. You know, you're looking at the trap door, and you just see this like bulge. It starts bulging in the middles, and then it just like splinters go up everywhere, and then the trap door just like splinters apart, and like pieces of wood and water like fly everywhere, and then you can see down into. You look down in the like a dark hole below.
Alright.
What speed does it take to withdraw a vial of oil?
You can do it on your turn.
But like, is it a bonus action or standard action? I want to know if I can take it out and throw it.
Well, throwing it would be an action.
Okay.
So taking it out and throwing it is one action.
Alright, can I see what's his face coming out yet?
You saw like you were standing right there. You saw the door like break open right in front of you, and then you saw him look at you, and then he looked past you, and then he like went back down the stairs.
Shit. Okay. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna go down the hole and try to find it. If I can find it.
Best druid.
Go, Wolfie.
Bark, bark. So, do I find him? Like, is he on the stairs?
No, he's not in the stairs, but you have really good dark vision. So you like if you well, are you stating yourself or are you being a creature?
I'm a wolf.
Okay, So wolf don't have dark vision. You smell.
But they have extra smell.
It smells like death and rot. Like all over down here, like something dead has been living
Apollo's
down here for
gagging.
years.
Okay.
Gagging and retching.
Apollo is not down there yet.
No. But
Alright, so can I find it though? Should I make a perception check?
Yeah, you can do a wolf perception with advantage because you're trying to smell him.
Can you pull out the scent of this creature?
Well, is it doing anything? It's not letting me do wolfy type things. I'm using mine.
You should have.
Alright.
You should have possession of a wolf.
Yeah, I did, but it keeps giving me error messages like no attribute was found.
That's weird.
Okay, so there's one perception. I think I keep my wisdom and intelligence. Well, I got the same perception both times.
Yeah, that's enough. You can definitely tell that he's down here and he's not very far off. But you also know.
Can I tell enough to fight him?
Yeah. I mean, you'll be at disadvantage because you're blind.
Alright, I'm gonna go back up to the top of the stairs and wait. I'm gonna hold an action. I'm gonna hold a bite action for when he.
For if he comes towards you.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to add one more token because I didn't know the father actually was important.
has some abilities.
I didn't know the father was important.
I'm surprised too. I'm surprised.
oh wait, the corpse that Apollo's been trying to nullify is a problem?
No.
No, okay.
No, the father, the priest.
Priest.
Oh, the priest is. I'm sorry, I mistook father.
Priest, father, priest.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't.
Father of the Holy Church.
I'm sorry. I didn't.
I understand.
I didn't resort it after I fixed your initiative, Phoebe. So you do have a chance to go now.
Cool. So, has there been any noise from my friends or these people I have to be with at the moment?
They're kicking on the door.
But have they said anything, or do I assume that it's still the first guy that said something?
I'm not going to tell you what your character thinks.
Exactly. So she's going to grit her teeth and peer over the edge down the stairs and see if she sees the.
Yeah, you see the back of a wolf, like standing there at attention, and like its hair's all like roughed up, and it's growling and it's staring into the darkness.
It's not dark.
For her, it is.
Right, but for me, do I see anything past her?
No, not really, because you're only looking through a small little hole.
Fair. So I'll go up, not beside her, but just off to the side behind her. Do I have a clear line of sight?
You'd have to like either be in. So she's standing at the platform at the top of the stairs. So there's not much.
Okay, so I'm a small creature. Can I share space? Is that a thing, or is that only tiny?
That's only like halflings.
Yeah, only
Yeah,
halflings.
I am classed along with halflings as a small creature.
Well, no, halflings actually have the ability where they can
Right.
share spaces.
Oh, I see. I thought that was just because they were small.
No, yeah, halflings.
Okay.
Yeah, it's halfling nimbleness.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
But you
go
can
with
ride her.
somebody.
You can
But-
sit on her back.
You can occupy the same space, but you
So
can't
I'm gonna-
end your turn in that space, and then any actions you take while in her space will be at disadvantage.
okay, so how long did it take to cast Comprehend Languages?
It's an action.
Right. So I'll cast Comprehend Languages and ask if I can ride the wolf.
I'm pretty sure you're out of spells.
It's a free spell as far as I understood.
Comprehend languages is a 3rd level spell.
Right, but can I not cast it as a ritual? It's a 3rd level spell.
The ritual
Ritual?
adds 10 minutes to
Yes,
it.
ritual would take
Rit-
you 10
Oh.
minutes.
Okay.
Anything that you cast
Yeah.
as a ritual takes at least 10 minutes or longer.
I did not know this.
So, yes.
I didn't realize it changed anything. Okay.
You can start pulling
So
out
never mind
your
that.
incense and herbs and
No,
chalks.
she would definitely know that it takes longer than a couple seconds to do. Ready the sap if anything comes close enough to hit.
You could
Besides the wolf.
you could shillelagh your sap because that's a bonus action.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but have you taken Shillelagh?
I did at first, but I think I
Do you have to
replaced it
prepare
first.
spells?
No.
I do not.
No, Warlock has a.
I've got like 7 spells that I can cast as many times a day as I want.
She went.
Yeah, some of it is racial.
Yes, she went pack with the tome.
Oh, sorry, 6.
So
yeah.
she got a bunch of cantrips from other any other class.
Okay.
So yeah, that's mechanically she is a water genasi warlock, right? So we just
Yeah.
reskinned
Okay.
the genasi to look like a fae. So
Okay.
it has all the features of a water genasi, but it looks different. So that's why things
Okay.
might seem weird, but she's technically a water genasi.
Sorry for the
Okay.
confusion. And thanks for putting up with me. I'm extremely excited to play. I've been wanting to play this character for 3 months.
Okay, so are you gonna Shillelagh?
Yeah, no. But I will ready the sap, so if the spawn comes near me, I will hit it in response to it coming close enough to hit.
Okay, so are you staying on the top floor, or are you going down?
I'm not going down those stairs.
Okay, so you're staying in the room. Okay. Right. So Ismark is, he's standing back there. So this hallway is actually a lot bigger than what it looks like. Your characters are
Yeah.
taking up more space, so that's why it's theater of the mind is mostly. So like you guys all can fit in this hallway, and Ismark is like, he's like, stop! No, what are you doing? What's going on? And he's like looking back at the priest, and he's like, Father, what is? He's like, what the hell is going on? Because he just heard screaming, and then people are pounding on this door, and he's like confused, and like the father like points, is like, those heathens are trying to kill my son. Yeah, so that's all he did, because he's confused. He didn't know exactly what's going on. So now it is Pernius' turn. Dean, it's on you.
Alright. Well, let's try and... The door's still up, right? We still have not taken this door down.
Right.
Alright, let's take the door down. For reals this time. Maybe not.
Yeah,
Same exact roll.
you
The
guys just,
Oh my
exact same
God.
roll.
like this door must be swollen just like the trap door. It's just like it's yeah, it's hard. And then so the father comes, and he's like, no. He comes in there, he's like, stop. No, you guys just leave him alone. I'm taking care of it.
How are you taking care of it?
He's like, I've been praying day and night for answers on how to fix him without killing him, because that's my son.
Be
Once
sure
a
your
creature
son
goes
died.
undead, they can't be turned back.
And he's like, looks at you and is like, how do you know?
I know enough that, at least from the freaks I've heard, undead have to be destroyed. They can't be cured.
He
Agreed.
goes to like push himself in between you guys and the door. So of course you can fight against it, but he's still gonna try.
Mm-hmm.
Which way does the door open?
So let me ask you this, Father.
Both.
What have you been feeding him so far?
Nothing. So yeah, so he
So,
only got a 10.
are you not... are you not starving your son to death then anyway?
He said everything I've tried to give him, he won't take. All he asks for is blood, but I'm not going to give him blood. I'm not.
Right.
So
he's
you're
obviously
so you're
not
starving.
alive anymore. He's lost any sense of any sense of being alive. He's not a creature of life anymore.
Right. So either he feeds or he dies.
He's like,
So by you not allowing him to feed, you're already killing him. This way's just faster.
he's like, you can, your things make sense. It just looks like it just goes right through him. Like he's doesn't care about logic or reason. He just, that's his son, and he doesn't want him killed because he loves his son. So yeah, so you guys can do, if you want, you can do an opposed athletics or acrobatics to stop him from getting in between you guys and the door.
Yep. Yep.
So Jay like sticks his foot out there and trips him. He like falls. You know, and he's like, no.
Foot or tail?
I don't know. He couldn't see.
Yes. He forgot that it had a tail.
Yeah. So that's what the priest tried to do, and now it is Jade's turn again.
All right. Yeah. So he's prone at the moment, so it's not like I'm trying.
Yeah, he fell out of the way.
All right.
He's like
Yeah.
reaching up. He's like, no. He's like, they need to get out of there.
That's what we're trying to do. We don't know what's going on inside there. Let's get in, see what's going on, and we can go from there. If we don't have to yet, we don't have to kill him yet.
Too bad your 20 wasn't for the door.
Yeah. But going to try to break open the door again. Athletics.
Yes. Yeah, you able to like kick the door and it flies inward. But there's enough space in here that it doesn't hit Apollo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the door flies inward and you see Apollo standing there just looking down into this hole.
Oh, great. So the door is open, so the vampire spawn, if you want, you can get out.
If you wanted to.
Oh, that's just great. I look back at the file, I'm like, well, looks like these two have forced a hand. We don't kill the spawn now, it's gonna flee, and then it can feed on everyone else. So I'm going down to kill it, and I'm gonna start going down with my two short swords.
Okay, so yeah,
As he walks by, I'm gonna like growl and nip at him.
yeah, you go and you look down. There's like a big ass wolf standing at the top of the stairs.
Yeah, and basically am I able just to get to the top of the stairs? Is it my movement?
Well, she's occupying that space.
Oh. All right. Well, I'll actually try to basically
So you can
get in front of her.
jump down and go down and
Yeah.
past her. Yeah.
Yeah, and before I do that, I look at the door. I'm like, you two should have waited, and I jump down.
Yeah. So you jump.
Apollo just screams, and
He's so frustrated.
trails off into Silatine, or into Sylvan.
So yeah, so you jump down there and you're able to look. It's a rather large, kind of like a sub basement, but there's pillars, small little pillars that are all over holding up the roof.
Yeah.
The floor is made with clay and dirt. There's rotting wood all over the place, and you can see candlelight coming from above, going through the floor. So it's barely lit, like sporadically with candlelight, and you see a figure darting from like shadow to shadow.
All right. Well, am I effectively blocking the stairs at the moment?
Well, yeah, I mean you're standing on them.
Yeah.
I mean they can pass through you if they wanted to.
Yeah. But right, so I'll just stay up there on the stairs for now because I don't think I can go any farther. Am I able to go farther down?
Yeah, you've only moved 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, I mean you still have your cutting action if you wanted to do any
That's
to
true.
move more.
Do I think my cunning action will be able to get me to the beast?
Yeah.
Alright. No, actually, I just want to know. Did breaking down the door cost me an action, or was that part of my movement?
That was your action.
Okay, then actually I'll just stay there on the stairs and take it. And I think my cunning action will actually also let me take a dodge action.
No.
It won't.
No.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's dash, disengage, and hide. All right. Oh, then I'm done.
Alrighty. Alright. Apollo, the cat so you have a cat and a dog down in this dark hole.
Alright, but the party is still split, but only by means of an open door.
Right.
Apollo's... Can I ready a spell? Is that a thing?
Yes.
Alright, so Apollo's gonna ready action for as... How does the door look? Does it look like a mending would repair whatever damage to the door
Which
No.
when it was broken open?
which one?
The one to the outside of the room. Like, to leave.
Yeah, a mending could probably fix it because it's what broke was where the lock was attached.
That's what I imagined, exactly. So,
Yeah.
Apollo's
Remember,
gonna ready mending, and
Mending
if I
takes a
can
whole
shut...
minute to cast.
Does it?
Yes,
Okay,
it does.
so she's gonna do so anyway. As soon as her party is within this room and the vampire is still either downstairs or at least in this room, she wants to begin mending that lock. She wants to make sure she can shut that if she gets the chance.
Okay.
Well, she'd have to stay up there for 6 rounds.
10.
It's a vampire.
Oh,
Yeah, but
the minute's gonna
there's-
take 10 rounds.
yeah, a minute
But
is
you
like 10
can
rounds.
cancel a ready to action, right?
Well, you can just not do your ready to action.
That's
Right.
true. You don't have to. You use your ready action.
So she'll ready Eldritch Blast for when she can get a shot off on the vampire then.
Okay.
Okay.
Still not going down the stairs.
Right. Alrighty. So then it's his turn, and he's like you would like expect, like him to like run and charge at you. But he just goes to the back of the corner and he like yells at you. He yells at you to go away. He's like, "No, go away, leave me alone." And he like stands over in the corner, like as far away from you as he can.
Okay.
So that's all he does?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Okay.
Hmm.
Well then, I'm gonna run past Key Cat, and can I run enough to bite him?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna run up and bite him.
Yeah. As you run
Munch
up,
munch.
yeah, he runs up. He takes his ready to action to swipe at you, but misses horribly.
Alright, I'm gonna bite.
Why is your character?
Did it work?
Did not.
I'm using the wolf character sheet.
I know. It works when I click on it.
Hmm.
Are you?
Does she
Try
have full
closing the
rights?
characters, like close the character sheet completely out, and then reload and open it back up.
I'll try it.
She has full rights.
Roll 20 is a little buggy sometimes.
Because your perception wasn't working either.
I tried it again.
It's probably because you're doing it from the app.
Oh, that
It's
might
not
be.
an app, it's through the browser on my tablet.
Oh, I see.
But it's
Um,
a +4.
it works. It works perfectly well for the
It worked well with the
whatchamacallit,
panther.
the panther, and the spider worked. It's just the wolf that's not working.
Well, here, let me show you another wolf character sheet. So there's another character sheet called Wolf 2. See if that one works for you.
Wolf 2. Click. Character sheet.
That one works. I don't fucking know.
Sweet.
Right. So
Right.
I guess you are now. Or here, I'll just. Yeah, you guys can go ahead. I'm just gonna do maintenance on my side. So.
Alright, so. I bit him.
Yes.
Alright, did I hit?
Yeah.
Sweet.
So
Damage. 6 piercing damage. Biting.
All right.
And I think that's all I can do.
Does it succeed on the
Oh!
strength save?
Yeah, does he do a DC 11 strength save to be knocked prone?
Yeah, he's fine. You just like
Yeah.
run up
Nice.
and then like jump and bite him, and he like puts his arm down, so you like grab a hold of his arm and just start like tearing it or moving it around. He's not very happy.
Okay. Alright.
You did 6. Slowly starts to bleed, and then you see it like the bleeding stop, and you can see it starting to like knit itself back together.
Ooh, he heals each turn. Shit.
He's regenerating.
First-
Yay.
Generation.
all right. So how far can I?
Oh, you can get up to him.
So then let's move over her. Get up behind him.
Yeah, I guess.
That's the vampire, right?
Yep, vampires right in the center.
All right. So get over here. And
Hello? Is anybody there?
Yes.
Okay.
Nope.
Sorry. It just went.
Yeah.
It just went oddly quiet, quieter than it had been all game.
all right. So what we'll do is just pull out the great sword and go to town.
Nice.
Wow.
For
Mhm.
17.
Pew 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 pew.
And then he,
Okay.
yeah, he runs past you, so you can get an attack of opportunity if you want.
Alright, attack of opportunity is just melee, right?
Yes.
I haven't cast Shillelagh, so I'm just gonna have to smack him without it.
Yeah, you hit him.
Yay! What's my damage?
You should just, yeah. 4.
Okay, do I need to be like Apollo, bring down the holy water?
No, no. What I'm saying is she had not thought of it up until you mentioned it. She
Okay,
gets-
well, anyway, I'm
Thorn
gonna
whip.
try to Thorn Whip this dude. Make a
Awesome.
melee spell attack.
Awesome. And if he's crawling along this ceiling, would he be considered prone? I guess not, because
Do I have a macro for that yet?
I don't know.
No.
I have like a shitload of other character sheets.
I really hate that the spells don't come with like things.
What thing?
Okay.
Like descriptions of what they are.
What are you
Or,
trying to do?
you know, macros. So
You can make. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Thorn Whip.
That's. I had problems with
Thorn
macros.
Whip is
my
not
spell
in
attack
SRD.
bonus is +5.
Plus
so I'm just
6.
gonna roll a d20 +5.
When you're looking at your spells on your character sheet, underneath concentration and duration, there's a thing that says output.
Okay, well, I will
If you change the
those.
if you change it from spell card to attack, then it'll roll the attacks and damage for you.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I rolled the Thorn Whip and I got a 20 to hit.
Yes, you hit him.
I have hit him. Okay. So then it's 1d6 piercing, and then Alright, he took 4 piercing from my thorn whip and is pulled 10 feet closer to me, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
So is that going faster than regular fall damage towards the ground?